What's up, guys? I am going to walk you through how you can start thinking about planning a photo shoot or photo, like how you're going to get product photos for your product-based business. So I'm actually going to be walking you through exactly what I'm doing for my new dog poop brand called Amuse Joy Poop Bags. I'm in the process of getting packaging planned, photography planned, all the other things planned while I'm working on the branding, website, and all the other things. So I'm kind of getting a head start here. So I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to show you kind of behind the scenes of what I've already started pinning in my Pinterest board. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go to Pinterest. I'm going to go back to my profile here. And let me see, there should be a button here. So you click this, click create board, name the board, keep the board secret, and then you create it. And then you're going to want to start searching for things. So I'm going to go back to all pins, and I would just click on product photography, for example, and you're going to start seeing stuff that's going to pop up here. And then you're just going to start pinning stuff. So I'm going to take you back to my profile. I'm going to take you back to the actual board that I've already started working on. And I'm going to go to photography inspo. So I've already added all these pins based on what I'm looking for the photos for my dog poop bag company. So we're either going to go with a colorful background or we're going to go with a more simple, clean, like white studio style background. So I've already started adding stuff in here, and that's kind of what you just want to kind of start doing. You want to search through Pinterest based on what you're kind of looking for, and then start adding things in here that feel like they make sense for what vibe you have and that kind of thing. So I'm looking for very modern, very fun, very minimalistic in some ways, but then in other ways, not minimalistic. So the first thing I did was I clicked on product photography. And so once I started pinning a couple of these, Pinterest then understands more of what I'm looking for, and they're going to give me more of those pins. So again, like I'm looking for really fun, modern. I'm not looking for like a boring white background photo. So you can see here, like something like this is what I would start pinning. So I would click on this and I would add it to your board that you've already created. So you created that secret board. You're going to want to start adding stuff to it. So anything that you think has a look and feel of what vibe you're going for, you want to kind of start pinning that. And what you're doing is you're just putting together a visual catalog of ideas. And then once you have a better idea of your brand and all that, you can refine this, you can add more things, you can delete things. But most importantly, when you're starting to then look for a photographer, you want to have a visual guide of what you're looking for. Because if you are looking for something like this, where you need a purple background, for example, like, so they're using a purple, like a paper kind of background, and then they have a hand, they have like a grapefruit, and they have the product there. So this would be very different than, let's say, someone who is looking for maybe something like this. So I'm not sure what they have going on here. This could literally just be graphic design where they have a white background and then someone has gone in and added the colors. But either way, depending on what kind of thing you're looking for, you need different type of photography. Where like this right here, they're just using a simple white background of some kind. I'm not sure what exactly they're using, but they're using a white background and then they're using a hand. So anyway, it's really important that you have a visual, like a roadmap of kind of what you're looking for, because then when you try to find a photographer, you can say, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for shots outside. I'm looking for lifestyle shots with people. I'm looking for studio shots with a white background or like a purple background or a blue background or something. So I'm going to go back to my board. And I'm going to just walk you through kind of some of the things that I have started pinning and why I've started pinning them. Okay. So when it comes to photography, like I said, I'm looking for kind of two different things, possibly. I'm looking for some simple backgrounds where I can have a picture of a dog and then a picture of a poop bag. So probably the poop bag will be attached to the leash, or it'll be a dog with like maybe a human hand, something like this, where we have this one has a human hand with the treat, and then it's the dog is right there and they're on some sort of a table or something. So I might be looking for something like that where we have a human hand holding a dog poop bag and then we have a dog looking up or something. So something like that is definitely what I'm looking for. We also have something like this where we have a human and a dog doing high fives. I mean, that's super cute. You could do this with the poop bag on the ground. This is also a type of background where they probably have like a brown paper kind of a backdrop. We have a couple of just dog and human lifestyle. So like this one right here, which I love so much. So it's just a dog sitting on the person wearing clothes. And then we have just some really creative styling here. We have like a block with another block and a ball, and then we have the product on top. And then we have the dog putting its leg on. So something like that is super, super fun. Again, this one too is probably some kind of a fun background. And then they're using these blocks just as a creative way of showcasing a product, which I really like. So I kind of like all of these different styles. And then we have simple things like this where we just have a fun background. And then we have the product and the box. And then we have a hand holding it. So I could do something like this with the poop bags where we have a poop bag laying on the ground. We have the package next to it. And then we have maybe a hand holding the poop bag up to show what the design is. So those I'm definitely very interested in. And then we go down here and I have a little bit more simplified one. So like right here, this is 100% the vibe I'm going for. I want a human with a dog, probably a leash, and then probably like a poop bag holding off. Maybe in the guy's hand, he's also holding one of the poop bags, or maybe he's holding like a full poop bag, for example. So this is kind of the vibe that I am going for. I possibly wanted to have a simple white background, or I want some like the purple and things like that. We have something like this where this is likely either a big tile or it's something like a replica surface tile where you can buy these photography backdrops and they're like really small and they're just really, really cool. So that could be something that I would do as well. And then again, we have dog and product right here on a plain background, which I absolutely love. So you just want to kind of start thinking of what vibe and style that you want and then start adding pins in here. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to click on all pins. I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to click on product photography and I'm just going to see what pops up. Maybe creative product photography here. And we're just going to scroll through and we're just going to start pinning things if we think that they are what we're looking for. So you can see here, I mean, product photography has gotten so fun. Like, look at this right here. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. And you can see they've used, I'm not sure, again, so many things now are graphic design. So this could be just a total graphic design, but we have this like really fun block underneath the iced coffee, and then we have an actual coffee. So I'm definitely going to save this because I absolutely love this. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on Amuse Joy Poop Bags Photography. And then we're just going to kind of keep scrolling through and just seeing what looks good, what feels good. So some of this stuff is a little like too much. And then based on your product or industry, you can then type that into the search bar and it will give you a little bit more things that are relevant to your business, basically. So it's a lot of beauty products, a lot of health and wellness. I can see things like that. Oh, I love her. Her stuff is really, really good. Okay, so like this one right here, I really, really like. I like this simple backgrounds with like a fun, creative twist in the photo. Or I really like the ones that have the like blocks. So I really like that one. Okay, we'll do a few more. And then that's kind of all you want to start doing when you're initially thinking about your product photography is you want to get a sense of what you're looking for. Product photography has really changed over the years and it's just so much more fun now, which I love. I mean, even this one right here, I mean, this is so fun. We have like a fun background. We have a really fun drink. And then we have like, again, this like creative block with actual fruit. So I think that looks amazing. I'm not going to save it, but it does look amazing. Yeah, so sometimes it just takes time to scroll through and just look at a lot of different things. And then so I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to type in white background product photos. So even when I type in white background, we still get these like really fun things here. I mean, look at these right here. This is so cool. Product photography props for Etsy. Oh my God, I love that. I'm going to save these too. And oftentimes, like a lot of your product photos, if you have a small product, you can do yourself. I mean, I'm not sure what these blocks are. Again, it could be graphic design, it could be replica surface. But if you come here and you go to replica surface, they have really awesome blocks that you can get. All right, catalog. So you can see here, you basically buy blocks together and they like clip together. So depending on what background you're doing, I mean, you can have so much fun. But like if you look at the lilac one, for example, you can kind of look at some of the options here and you can see what kind of stuff people have done. So like look at this right here. They've used the bottom as a lilac and then they've used the top as a serene view, which is super cool. Or like this one, they've used light tile as the top one and the bottom one is a lilac one. So really, really, really cool. Let's see. And you basically buy, I think you can buy one as a standalone, but you'd probably want to buy 2 blocks. Let me see. Bundles. So if you come here, you can look at a couple of different options. So you could do like a white one, and then it says suggested pairing. So if you look here, you can see all the cool things you can do. So you basically, I'm trying to find an image of where they're clipped together so you can kind of understand how it looks. But like one clips up and then one clips down. So you put your product, okay, maybe right here. So then you would have one that like clips on the side basically and it goes up. So you can see here all the really cool things that you can do. So I love the idea of getting just a plain white one. And then you could do another one as like an accent. So you could add like white marble or something. Or you could look at some of the options here and just see what they have. So I'm trying to find one that's like a little bit colored just to, okay, so remember before those images on Pinterest where they had the 2-tone ones? So that this is probably some of the things that you could do with that one. So I'm going to see if they have other ones that are 2 different colors together. Ooh, this one's pretty. So you can just see here, like the amount of cool things you can do with these types of backgrounds. So the pink one is pretty cool. So you can see here, the bottom piece is the pink and then the top piece is the green one. So anyway, so just trying to give you an idea of the cool things you can do with your own stuff and then based on really fun, easy tools that you can get. And then like something like this is really fun. It's very simple, but they've used a prop and then they've used this soap but you can see how creative it does look. It's not boring. It's really, really pretty. And they are probably using something like a replica surface. You can kind of see that line down here. So you can tell that it's like a backdrop and then something on the ground. So anyway, these are some basic ways you can start planning your product photography for your product-based business. I know that photography is can be really hard to understand what to do. And if you're trying to do it yourself, there are a lot of things that you can do nowadays to get good product photography on your own. There's so many tutorials and things like that, but it can be quite hard to get good quality photos when you're not a photographer. And the biggest tip I can ever give you is that for a product-based business, your photos are what's going to sell your product. So sometimes you do have to invest in a photographer. It doesn't mean you have to get the most expensive person in the whole world, but you do want a couple of really good shots to kind of get started. So I guess the next steps for you would be to start a secret board on Pinterest and just type in product photography and then whatever your industry is, and just start pinning things just to get ideas. And then once you're done, you'll end up with like this board of really fun product photos, and you'll be able to then give those to a product photographer when you're looking for a photographer, and you can just say, this is what I'm looking for. And it'll make it easier for you. But it's really important that you don't just let the product photographer think of everything. It's really important that you spend some time and come up with your own ideas as well. So let me know if you have any questions on this video. You can drop a comment below. This video is part of my Build an Empire series, where I am showing you exactly the step-by-step of how I am building a product-based business from scratch, and I am sharing everything with you behind the scenes. So stay tuned for more videos on like where I will show you how I'm ended up working with a photographer, how I'm finding a photographer, and all those things. But the start of that is really starting to look at product photos that you like and just get an understanding. So okay, I want a white background, or I want like a studio shoot with humans and product, or I want just fun backgrounds with props. Like, you have to know that in order to then find a photographer and then do the next steps. All right, my friends, I'll see you in the next video.